Hey guys, it's Chun here with Sharjah. In this video, I want to talk about the most important thing in Wing Chun. I'm sure most of you would agree with me when I say that is the structure. Well, the structure, that's pretty obvious, guys. It's probably one of the most important fundamentals of any martial art, if not the most important one. So, Wing Chun structure. In Cantonese, it's called Yi Ji Kim Yang Ma. I'll write it down. Yi, Ji, Kim, Yang, Ma. So, Yi. This one represents number 2 in Cantonese. And I'm going to talk about that a little more later. Ji is basically meaning number or a character. 2, squeeze or pressure. This is the interesting one. Yang means sheep or a goat. Ma, everybody knows this one. Stance. Guys, this is the most important thing, like I said before, because it's Wing Chun footwork and Yi Ji Kim Yang Ma. It's also a concept. But today, I just want to talk about this one because we won't have enough time for a concept. Okay, so let me just demonstrate a couple things here for you guys. So, okay, let me just get rid of this. So, Yi, that's number 2 in Cantonese. See? So these would be my heels, right here. And this one, obviously it's going in, so my toes are facing in. Every Wing Chun guy knows this, they do that. So basically that's number 2 like stance, and I'm squeezing down almost on a goat, trying to keep the goat in, don't let it run away. Stance. So number 2 like stance, squeezing down on a goat. I guess that's the best way to explain it. And my Cantonese is not that great, by the way. Anyways, so that's what. So back in time, obviously they use these things to explain stuff, as opposed to writing down, I guess. Okay, let's get into our stance. While I'm doing this, I will try to explain everything through the forms because pretty much entire form relies on this one. And yes, I said form. It's like normally there was only one form in Wing Chun. They had to divide it later into sections to make things easier and harder depending on your level. I don't want to talk about that in this video, but I'm gonna make a different video about that. Okay, yeah, some people say you gotta start from here. Some of them say start from here. Honestly, guys, it all depends on the person. Because if you're taller and shorter, whatever, bigger, your stance is gonna change. There is no perfect position for every Wing Chun guy. So me, this is where I start. And actually, this also represents something. In Wing Chun, everything, whatever you do, like it means something. There is a theory behind it. So that's why every move is extra important. So And this one right here, it actually represents me, or just like casually standing. So this is like most people, you know, talking, whatever, I'm here, right? But obviously, if I'm gonna turn that into a system, I'm not gonna start from here. I'm not gonna do that. So I have to make things more upright, more solid, and you have to put them in certain rules and regulations, so you know it's easier to understand. This is the first move. Yeah, this is your first stance, and then from here in Wing Chun, the first move is this, right? You know what that means. You know, whatever happens, my first reaction would be, if this guy, I don't know, like I'm casually just standing here, whatever, I would never do that though. So I'm here, the first move, I don't know what he's gonna do, right? My first move would be like hands up. See? Right? So hands up, the first move. No trapping, no nothing. You gotta keep your hands up, guys. Otherwise, big problem. And they knew about that almost 300 years ago, thousands of years ago. That's why. First thing, hands up. So, from here, boom, hands up. Grab, see? Also, I lower my stance, so I sink down. I can talk about this all day. I'm not going to, but basically it represents this one. I'm grabbing the energy or the person, whatever you want to call it. I drop. I sink down. From here, watch. Toes out. Here. Right? What this means, okay, we're up to here now, right? We drop the weight. That means I don't want to be really, really upright when fighting. So my stance, that's why like I'm squeezing down on that. Remember guys? I'm squeezing down. I'm squeezing down. That's what that, of course, there's a lot more to it. So now we started here. This is where I start. Hands up, right? Grab, drop. So toes out, heels out. So now I'm squeezing down, my toes facing in. From here, I drop my hands. So from here, guys, you might see some people, they go here, boom. They switch hands, see? Left is still in the front, and go here. Or you can do this, right? Boom, boom, boom. Guys, this stuff, it doesn't matter. What these hands represent here, how low I can go with my elbow in this position, how high I can go. These are my boundaries, if you will. Now from here, boom, we start punching and we do more stuff, obviously, you guys know. I'm not gonna get into that, but basically, you see, like I get into my stance now. My first move is to punch. So why is that important? It's important because a lot of Wing Chun guys get caught up on the chi sao in a really close range, and that's where they want to fight all the time. But how are you gonna get there? The other person is gonna be punching you and kicking you, right? So that's why Wing Chun's first move is to punch. It could be anything, sao cao, or a kick too. It has to be a strike. It has to be a strike, guys. If that's not the case, it's not good. You're missing out. If you're only about chi sao and close range, all that fancy moves, it's great. But if you can't get there, how are you gonna use all that? So, okay, now we are in Yiji Kimyama. I just want to come a little forward so you can see me better. You don't need to see my feet anymore, but you can believe that, you know, they're facing in. So let me talk about that pigeon toe. And why is that important? Like everybody's like, well, talking about it and showing it, like getting into. Of course, I see a lot of people, they know how to get into the stance, but they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, they think this is just a show. Like, hey, like up to here, before I start punching, I can talk about just this section like all day long. And it's really, really important, guys. It's super important. Like I said, entire system relies on this structure. It's concept, right? See, now let's get into the stance here. Now from here, I see some people fight here. Wing Chun almost never fights here, guys. So this is just the beginning. This is where we start. And once you punch or I move, my stance changes and I will never be in that stance unless I'm right here to finish here. This would be, no. So, but from here, then what do? I see people, yeah, we train here too. Boom. That's how you train Yiji Kimyama. But I never fight here. I might start here, but as soon as, look at the dummy form. Dummy form is the real fighting applications. How many times do you see this stance while practicing your moves on the dummy? How many times? It's always moving around, coming in, and smaller stepping too. Boom. Okay? Every time I'm cutting the angles. How am I doing it? I'm still in Yiji Kimyama. Boom. How do you know that you're in Yiji Kimyama for sure? If you're not fighting here, right? Then how are you gonna know? You get into fighting stance, we'll call it triangle stance. That's how you get into the fighting stance, right? So, here's the little trick, guys. That's why I wanted to actually these moves that we do in the beginning. 1, 2. They mean something. Here's what they're saying to us. So if I'm fighting this fella, let me just bring him over. And he's heavy, guys. So if I'm fighting this guy, how do I gauge like, okay, there is a way to measure your stance. So I come in here. If I can turn into Yiji Kimyama, see how I'm turning? On my heel or on my toes. Either way, if I end up in a good Yiji Kimyama stance, this is also like saying our stance. It's just this is how you measure it. You have to end up here. If I'm coming here, boom, punch someone, boom, I get a good stance. Or if I punch someone, see, boom, my stance is no good. You can't see my feet now, maybe. Let me just move this way. Here, my first move, I'm coming in, boom. Yiji Kimyama, pretty good. Or I can do this. Either way, I end up in a good Yiji Kimyama stance. Or let's say, let me do it wrong. I'm coming here, boom. I'm no longer in my stance. That means my balance, everything, the entire structure is off. Of course, it happens in a real fight. That's why we have this guy over here. We practice and fix it. If I end up too wide, and this is not a good Yiji stance, that means it's wrong. Yes, of course, like I said, in a fight, it'll happen. then what do? We fix it. Like, there's no such a thing perfect. I'm gonna come in, perfect stance, I'll do this stuff. It's impossible for anyone. You think you're a boxer, you're just gonna come in, like you're gonna be the perfectly stiff. No, they have to improvise, fix it all the time. It's a real fight, or a sparring, whatever. So that's a little trick for you guys. Let me just grab this guy back here. Guys, there's actually a lot more to talk about this, but obviously it's not gonna fit in one video. I will be making more videos about this stance because, like I said, the entire system relies on this. If you don't know what you're doing in terms of your lower portion, your stance, your structure, if you're just doing it in the forms, sake of doing it, you know, but you're not connected with anything and you don't know what the hell is all this stuff, guys, that's a big problem. So maybe we can fix it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Stay sharp.